Hi, welcome to 60 Minutes with PD. Hi, welcome to 60 Minutes with PD. How are we all doing? We're doing good. Amazing. Yes, it's good to see you all. It's good to see you. Wonder Day. And Lolly Berry. How are you, Lolly Berry? And yes. Amina. How are you? 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 Zita, how are you? It's a Little Lip. How are you? Myself. How are you? How are you? How are we doing today? Miss Fonton. Wow. I like that name. That's a good name. Miss Fonton. It's gonna be an amazing evening. We're gonna talk about love, you know. Hi, Miss Fonton, how are you doing? Hi. We're gonna talk about love. We're going to really break it down. You know, and it's going to be an amazing evening. I'm all hyped up. Binter, how are you? Benjamin, welcome on the platform. How's it going? I'm Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Talking to you soon. Lois, how are you? How are you? How are you? Fantastic. How are we doing? We are talking about love today. It's going to be amazing. And we're going to learn a whole lot. I'm going to move very fast, but you can always come back to the recording and listen to it again. So it's going to be really good. So welcome to 60 Minutes with PD, your fastest moving 60 minutes of the day. You know, you always know this. 60 Minutes with PD is like the fastest moving 60 minutes. It's never enough, but it's okay. I'll be back next week, same time. Okay, I'm here all the time at 8:30 p.m. every Saturday. I try to be consistent. So 8:30 every Saturday, I just come and I'm going to just share my heart about love, and I just hope that you guys will be blessed. You'll do relationships in an amazing way. You'll enjoy yourselves. You are expected to enjoy your relationships. You're expected to enjoy your marriages. You know, it's supposed to be joyful and enjoy yourselves and really just grow together and just want to be with yourselves because you're nice to yourselves, because you know what love is. And tonight, you know, we're just going to look at love, and it's going to surprise you. I think for every single person, you're going to learn something new, and it's going to be a wow, I never knew that this could be love. But it is love. While I'm here, you know, please feel free to ask me any question at all about love, about relationships, about marriages. You know, I'm making myself available to just pour out my heart to all of you tonight. So yes, please follow me right here. Please, if you're not following me right now, follow me. And please get your friends to follow me. Like this platform, this profile, the information is life changing. Amazing. It's relationship saving and life changing and marriage blessing. The information on this profile. So please, you know, just love somebody enough to tell them about what you have here and let them enjoy it as well. It's free, so help yourselves to it. Amazing. Today's topic is the definition of love. Contrary to popular belief, love is a verb. Love is something that you do, okay? It's not a feeling. You know, and truly, if you do it long enough, the feeling comes, but the feeling does not go first. You know, you have to do something, you know. Love is the most used word in the dictionary, yet is the most misunderstood. Love has more importance and effect on our lives than we realize. The knowledge of love is where we make or break our destinies. I'll say it one more time. The knowledge of love is where we make or break our destinies. It's a verb. And like, you know, sometimes you ask a person, what does love mean to you? And you hear, you know, when she does this to me and she does that, you know, then I love. That's not love. Love is about what you do. You know, what you were feeling is that you're feeling the love that was done to you. You know, and then you're receiving. But love is not about receiving, it's about giving. So love is about what are you doing? What love action are you taking? Because if you're just feeling it and feeling it, you know, then you're a selfish lover. What are you doing to do love to this next person? But don't let me jump too far. Again, this is 60 Minutes with PD. It's relationships that are worked on that work. I'll say it one more time. It's relationships that are worked on that work. So please be willing to work on your relationship. And to be quite frank, I'll tell you right here, don't choose a spouse or a partner that's not willing to work on the relationship, because that person is going to be a problem to you. So make sure that you find a person that realizes that, you know what, we're not perfect. You know, we all need to learn something, and you could always get better. That's the key. You could always get better. And I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to change. I'm teachable. If they're not willing to change, not willing to learn, they're not teachable, then walk. Just walk away from them because they're going to be a problem. Okay. So, I think I'm just going to jump off right here. Contrary to popular belief, love is not a feeling. Love is a verb. Love is something that you do. Love is something that you do intentionally to a person. The feelings will follow later. The reason why people are struggling with love today in marriage and relationships is because people don't know what love is. And you can't do what you don't know. I hope that you get that. If you don't know it, you can't do it. That's why tonight is so important to anybody in a relationship that's planning to be in a relationship. Tonight is really important because if you don't know what love is, you can't do it. That's one. And two, love is the power that drives relationships. Love is the power that drives your marriage. Love is just the power. And if you don't get love, if you don't understand love, you don't know what it is, you're going to struggle because whatever you're doing is not going to be sustainable because it's the knowledge of love that gets you to do it in a sustainable manner because you know what love is. Okay. It's people's approach to love has been a hit or miss approach where we don't know what love is, but we just try some things. It works sometimes, it doesn't work sometimes, and then sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. It's not supposed to be like that. After tonight, you know exactly what love is, and if you keep doing love, that person feels loved, and hopefully they're going to do it back to you, and life is going to be perfect. I said perfect, yes. Life's going to be perfect. Love is the power that drives successful marriages and successful and sustainable marriages and relationships. I choose my words on purpose. It's, for your relationship or marriage to be successful and sustainable, which means it continues to be successful. You've got to know what love is. And not just know it, you've got to do it on purpose. There's one word I've been using. I don't know if you've caught it yet. That word is intentional. It's on purpose. When you know what it is, then you do it intentionally. It's like, you're not following. If you follow your feelings, you won't do love. Because you'll only do love when love is done to you. But sustainable love is when you do love all the time. And then it's sustainable because you're doing it intentionally and unconditionally. I've already released two things that love is right now. Intentionally and what? Unconditionally. Tonight's going to be fun because I love this topic. This is my topic. Anybody that knows me knows that, yes, I'm in my zone right now because love is my thing. Okay. Some people say that they love you, but they cannot feel. Some people say they love you, but you cannot feel their love because they are not doing love to you. Like I don't care what you tell me, but I want to feel what you do to me. And then that's the love that you love me. But then if all I'm doing is feeling your love, I haven't done anything yet. So I have to do love. Love is not about what you do to me. It's about, for me, love. For anybody, love is what you do to the next person because love is always about the other person. I've told you three things right now. Unconditional, intentional, it's always about the other person. Anytime you're struggling for your rights and for yourself and for what you like in a relationship, that's not love. Because love is always about the other person, but we'll get there very soon. Okay. Love is something that you do, but the person you do it to must feel it. I'll say it one more time. Love is something that you do, but the person you're doing it to should feel it. Now, let me tell you this. If I slap you, right? If I slap you right now, if you just like, pow, just slap you, right? Now, you're going to feel the pain. Does that make a slap a feeling? Think about this carefully, what I just said. Because people say, well, love is a feeling. If I slapped you a good sound slap right now, just right now, you're going to feel some pain. Does that mean that love is does that make that slap a feeling? The slap is not a feeling. The slap is an action. I took an action against you. I slapped you and you felt the pain. Okay? So love too is an action. You might feel the results, but love is an action. Okay? So I hope that you just caught that. Please send your testimonials if you have been blessed on this profile. This is 60 Minutes with PD. Please follow me right here. And please, let's do relationships together. It's fun. Avail yourself to my free consultation. Just go to my DM, fill my contact sheet, my form, and everything's fine. Love is not a feeling. It is something that you do, and the person you do it to feels the love you did to them. If you are catching feelings, but love has not been done to you, what you're experiencing is infatuation. Say that, that's right. Love is something that you do. Many people think that love is all about how someone makes them feel. But that's you feeling their love. But your love is something that you do intentionally to them. Let's define love. Now listen carefully, because I'm going to be moving quickly. Love is intentional. You do it on purpose. So it's premeditated. Love is not just like, like you set your mind, like with this person, I am going to do love to them. And I'm going to just pop down quite a few things that love is. But it's something that you set your mind. And the first few things I tell you are the foundations of the rest. So the first thing is that love is intentional. Love is sacrificial. Love is going to cost you something. Like if it doesn't cost you your time, your money, your energy, your something, love has got to cost. If you're trying to love somebody and not pay a price and it not cost you anything, that's not love. Seriously, if somebody's loving you right now and it's not costing them anything, it's not love. Love has got to cost you. Love is sacrificial. It's like, this is my last whatever, but you know what? I love you. You can have it. I'd rather you just be comfortable and I'll rough it out. That's love. Love is sacrificial. Love is selfless. It's never about you. Love is selfless. And these first four things are the core values that the rest fall on. So I told you that the first four values is love is intentional, is sacrificial, is unconditional, is selfless. Then after that, we get the rest. Love is compassionate. Love does not take offense. Set your mind, don't take offense. Love does not criticize harshly. Love encourages. Love is never abusive. Love is truthful. Love is simple. Love does not manipulate. Love is not rebellious. Love will cost you something. You will pay if you love. Love is not controlling. If you're controlling anybody, it's not love. Love attends to the hurt. Love heals the hurt. Love does not defend itself and tries to explain why you did something. I'll give you an example. If I came close to you and I stepped on your foot, I just stepped on your foot, and you said, "Ow, PD, how could you step on my foot?" And I said, "You know what? I tried to put my foot to the left, to the right, but then there was just no space. And you know what? I just had to step on it. I hope you just feel okay." Do you feel okay? No. I explained. Love doesn't explain. He said, "I'm sorry, darling. I'm really sorry. I really didn't mean to do that. I never want to cause you pain. I'm really sorry. What can I do? Should I rub it? Should I give a massage? Should I do something? But I will deal with the hurt. I will not explain it." Many of you guys out there, you're explaining. And the people you're with is like, you know what? I still feel the pain. This explanation is not taking my pain away. So love heals the hurt. Love does not do evil, no matter what is done to it. Love is intimate. Love is open to correction. Very many people, you can't correct them. If you get corrected, they sulk for days. They get upset. They defend themselves. They call you names just because you try to correct them. Love is easy. Is open to correction. Love goes out of its comfort zone for others. Love does not stay. Love will go out of its comfort zone for others. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is loyal. Love is consistent. Love is reliable. Love refuses to get angry and doesn't stay angry. Guys, if you're dealing with anger, love refuses. It's like, I've made up my mind that this person will never see me angry, because anger is ugly, and I don't want them to ever see me ugly. So it's something I decide before it happens. So I just don't see, most things that you set your minds to do before it happens, you will do it because you set your mind. So set your mind not to be angry, set your mind not to take offense, because love doesn't do these things. Amazing. You're on 60 Minutes with PD. Please follow me. Get your friends to follow me. Let's do relationships together. Love is not defensive. And I'll tell you, like, there are times when you talk to people and the first thing they do is like they're defending themselves. They're just digging a trench and they're holding the fort. No, love doesn't do that. It's like, okay, that's what you're saying about me. Okay, great. I'll look into it and I'll make whatever changes I need to make. I love you. Hey, baby, let's keep going. Love's not defensive. Love forgives. You set your mind. Love always forgives everybody, everything. Love always forgives. Love is easy to talk to. Love does not counterattack. I'll tell you what a counterattack is. Hi, darling. Just when we're out yesterday, I just didn't like the way you did something. I said, well, but 2 weeks ago, you did something just like that, and then you're counterattacking. If you had a problem with what they did 2 weeks ago, you should have brought it up, and let them just deal with it. But now that they're talking to you, you're bringing something back. You're counterattacking, and that's not good. And the key is this. Let's learn this. When our partners come and say, darling, this or that, They're trying to get the relationship to get better. They're trying to improve things. That's why they're talking. So why are you going to quarrel with them? Because they're trying to get things better. At any point in time, whatever your partner, your spouse, anybody tells you, start to figure out what's the heart behind what they're saying. And if they're trying to get things better, even though your pride or your ego has been rubbed wrong, let it go. Just let it go. And just take it. Darling, I'll think about it. And you've really got a good point there, hug, kiss, kiss. And then you go and everybody's happy. She feels heard, you're happy, you get what you want, life is good. We can do this. We can really do this if we think about it. If we know what we're doing, we can really do this. It's not difficult to live together happily ever after. It's not difficult. That was a rant right there. Love is easy to talk to. Love is not self-sensitive. See, if you ever live with a person that's sensitive, it is painful. Everything you say is like, you hurt me. This is not good. Why? Love is not sensitive. Be easy. Just be easygoing. Love is not sensitive. Love is gentle. Love is not judgmental. Love is not opinionated. Opinionated people are the worst. They think they know everything. There's nothing you say, they must add their own. Why? Let me say something in peace and just say, okay, wow, that's not bad. But no, they must have an opinion, they must add to it, why? No, love is not like that. Love is not opinionated. I hope I wish I could hear you guys, to get some kind of response. Love does not impose their ideas and opinions on others. Love is not burdensome. Some people, if you love them, it's work. You do like this. Because you love me, you got to carry me, you got to take me here, you want to buy flowers and chocolates and 5 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock, Let's say, why? I mean, must loving you be such a hard work? Why? So love is not burdensome, it should not be work. I hope we're just getting this. Love is not boastful. Love does not keep records. You call me 5 times, so I didn't call you again. I called you last, you call me first. Love does not keep records. You're on 60 Minutes with PD. Please follow me right here. Let's talk about love. Love is not proud, because it's the pride in you that takes offense. Proud people get offended very easily and very often. So love is not proud, and love does not take offense. Love is humble, love is merciful, love is generous, love communicates, love listens, love learns the other person's language. Everybody, you have a financial, you have a money language, you have a love language, even you have body language. You've got different languages. So you're coming together. Love attempts to learn the other person's language because love communicates. Love stays connected. Love does not dominate. Love is peaceful. Love does not isolate. Love sets free. Love nurtures. Love builds up. Love sees the potential in the other person. Love is not all-knowing. Love is open to advice. Love is teachable. Love is willing to learn. Love is considerate. Love is not inconsiderate. Love is not self-centered. Love is not selfish. Love gives. Love is generous. Love is always generous. Okay? Love does not cause fear. If you are causing fear in your partner or your husband or your wife, you are not doing love. They are not supposed to be afraid of you. Okay? Love does not cause fear. Love is soft. Love serves. Do you know what it is to serve? Two people serving themselves is a beautiful thing. It's like, darling, what can I do for you? Darling, what can I get you? Darling, how are you feeling? Darling, how can I just make this evening better for you? This is love. This is love. Okay. You're on 60 Minutes with PD. Follow me right here. Right now the whole world should be following PD because the world needs love. So there's something that we have here on this, right here, that the world is. Love leads by serving. Love always assumes the best. Just don't assume the worst of the person you're with. I mean, they're late, and then you're assuming they're with somebody else. You're assuming, assume the best so that you're calm when they come. Okay? Love is faithful. Love is beautiful. Love is sweet. Love does not fight to win. Love is not stubborn. Love is bold. Love does not cast away. Love lets things go. Don't be a person that you just hold on to the offense and then for days you're just spiky you're like a porcupine with spikes and nobody wants to hug you because you're just spiky. You let things go. You let things go. Love is enjoyable. Love is joyful. Love smiles. Love does not complain. Love does not get fed up. Love keeps trying. Love keeps hoping. Love does not retaliate. There's some people that they have to retaliate. If they don't retaliate, they're not okay. And that's not love. Love does not retaliate. Did you get that? Love does not revenge. Love does not make another person feel bad. Love stays fresh. Love is not violent. Love respects. Love works on making things better. Love is willing to improve and change for the better. Love is willing to give way. Love is attractive. Love is willing to give way. It's like, darling, if you insist, that that's the way, that's what we do, it's okay. Just have your way. I just give way, because that's what love does. That's what love does. Like these things I'm telling you, if you do these things consistently, whoever you're doing it to is going to feel loved. And just hopefully they will do it back to you. But if two people decide to do these things to themselves, life will be amazing, amazing. And this list I'm giving you, it's not spiritual, it's not mysterious. There are simple things that can be done. You only need to decide that, with this person or these people, I am going to do these things consistently. Love does not revenge. Yes, Chika, there's no retaliation in love. Fantastic. Love does not nag. Love doesn't nag. Love doesn't nag. Love does not nag. Love does not guilt trip, okay? Love does not withhold. I'm upset, no sex tonight, baby. For like 2 weeks. You're going to see something because, you didn't do something for me. Love does not do that. You don't withhold. Love does not condemn. Love does not feel superior. Love does not feel inferior. Love is not weak. Love is powerful. Love does not steal. Love does not kill or destroy or accuse. Love does not blame. Love is supportive. Love does not behave rudely. Love is sincere. Love just desires that the other person is blessed. Love is not selective. It's like, I'm going to love you today and not love you tomorrow, or I love this category of people or not. Love is it's not selective. Yes. Love moves first. Yeah, love never gets exhausted. Love has no limits. Love does not cast away. Love suffers long. Love does not envy. Love is not provoked. Love bears all things. Love never fails. Love is very hopeful. Love thinks no evil. Did you get that? That was love. Now you have a full definition of what love is. So how do we feel? Let's get some feedback. Can you do this? Is this something you can do? Let me get somebody on board right now. Let me see who's here. Where are you? Where are you? Legal Lip Coach, you are not here. Where are you? Where are you? Well, love is so sweet. Now, these things you've heard, can you do these things? Can you do these things? Can you get a friend of mine on board? Fantastic. Now, like, are you able to do this? I mean, are these things like not possible, or how do you feel about these things? Because, we can do these things. Hi, how are you? How's it going? Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you. Wondering why you can't see me.
I can see you. I can see
Oh, can you? I can't see
can.
myself, so it's fine.
I like the long hair. I like the long hair. I like everything I see. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. I can't see myself, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I'll just kick
You
off.
look amazing. The lighting is
Oh,
good.
that's sweet of you.
The hair is
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
I like the eyes. I like the nose, the lips. Everything is just perfect.
Thank you. How are you doing? It's nice having you on.
Fine.
I know I couldn't get a hold of you last week.
I know. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So let's talk about
Fine.
love. Let's talk
Yes.
about love. Talk to me.
Let's talk about
What?
love.
That's right.
So love. I mean, I've had so many people give me their own version of love, and it's overwhelming because it really puts you through to see that every single person has their own definition. So you can't rope someone else into your own definition of love. For me, I'm a special needs lawyer. I have a special needs law firm, and I have a sister that's autistic. So I've grown up with so much empathy, and I've always given out love before the other person, because for me, I have to show that love for her to respond and for her to imitate me. So giving out love is so easy for me, but I've met people that don't understand how easy it is for me to give them love, and then they would shun on it, or they would take advantage of it. So someone like me now, going out there into the dating world and wanting to now give love freely, because you're coming from a community where giving love is your ultimate response, and people get used and stuff. What would you start by advising them?
Okay. I always say this: dating is for choosing. Okay, and when you're choosing, you want a person who's going to respond to you in a way that you like. And if they are not capable of doing love to you, it's okay to just end it and find somebody else. But the thing there is that if they don't have to be perfect, but if they're willing to learn, it's so important that people are teachable. if you're willing to
Yes.
learn, it's easy that we can talk. I mean, that's what communication is about. We talk about these things. No, this is what I like. This is how it makes me feel. This is what I'd love to do to you. At the same time, I'm doing stuff to you that you like, and I'm letting you realize that, you know what, I mean, this is the things I'm doing, and you're liking it, and it's making you feel good. But this is what you need to do. And it's so important when we're in relationships that both parties are willing to play a part in the other person's, life and love language. I think next week, the topic for next week is, it's a crime not to know your partner's love language. Because sometimes I talk to people, they've been married for 6 to 10 years, and I say, well, what's your wife's love language? And they don't know. It's like, really, really, 6 years? In 6 years, you haven't figured out what you do that will make them feel loved. Because really, that's what the love language is. That what is it that I will do to you that will make you feel loved? And there's certain things that if I do it to you, and I do it to you consistently, you are going to love me. Except you push me away and you cut your ears off me and your eyes off me and just keep me away from you. But if not, you will fall in love. But that's what love is. It's like I just finished an exhausting list, right? I mean, it's those things. If you just get yourself to make those your default, you are going to have an amazing time with your partners, amazing time with your spouses. So
that's great,
because that's who you are. Don't change who you are for anybody. If you're a loving person, just keep being a loving person. And sometimes people will mirror your love back to you, which is okay initially, and then they'll get into it. So initially they may not do what you want, but if you continue doing love to them, continuously, like I tell people, if I plant a seed of corn today, I will not eat corn for 3 months. So if I'm trying to sow love into a person that I don't see the kind of love I want, I must be willing for a season and a time when I'm doing love to them and I'm not getting what I want. But then I know if I continue doing it, eventually I'll get what I want.
That's great. That's really great to learn. I have someone here asking, where do you draw the line in giving love? Like, when do you draw the line?
That's a really good question. The thing is, to be quite frank, I will continue doing love to them, hoping that they'll do it back. And if I've done love to a person for 6 months, 3 to 6 months, and they're just not doing it back, I mean, that's a long time. But sometimes it does take a while for people to point a click in their heads that, you know what, this person is doing love to me, and I need to do it back. Because sometimes people are dry. They've come from a background where there hasn't been any kind of love. It's just dry. It's like a dry land. And for you to water that patch of dry land with your love, it takes a while. So if you're with a person that's not really loving, know that it takes a while to get them to turn around. It does take a while, and we should be prepared to do that.
So there's this reoccurring. Yeah, sorry. So there's this reoccurring thing where I see people, fall off the wagon. They were in love with someone. They gave so much love, and there was no response, and they leave that relationship automatically. Like the next relationship, they're getting almost everything they wanted, and then you see this back person come back to say, "Oh, I lost this person." I'm like, you didn't lose the person. You threw the person away. So how do you even get to that point where you're having to lose love on your own account?
That's because this person did not know what love is. That's why tonight is so important. That we get to know that this is what love is. Because basically you had gold. You had gold in your hands. And you lost it. You lost it. You just lost it. And that's a shame. I mean, and I'll tell you this, I said it earlier, that the knowledge of love is where we make or break our destinies. Because the person that's perfect for you could have come. Just perfect for you. But because you didn't know what love is, you didn't recognize it being done to you, you couldn't do it back to them, and then now she's gone. And now you're like, if only I did, but it's too late. Yeah. Because somebody else who knew, gone.
I mean, you can't keep diamonds. You just can't keep them laying about. People are going to pick it up. Like, come on.
That's a good one. That was really good. Yeah, and that's true, because there are people out there with their eyes open. And when they see the diamond's gone, just be gone. I somebody told me once, like, if you drop this chick, before she hits the ground, she'd be gone. Like she wouldn't even hit the ground. I said, really? So I went back.
That's great. That's great. I have someone asking, is there always a time frame to love someone the right way?
Well, the time frame is like now. It's like with people, do what you know, do what you know, and do it right away. They like leave your ego behind. Like we have like lately, people wanna, you wanna, set yourself up. You don't want him to feel this, or you don't have to feel that. Then you measure things. I mean, that's really not my thing. It's like, you know what? I'm open. I'm an open book. If this is gonna be love, then let's just do it. So like the time is now.
Mhm.
Let's not get into you're trying to set things up and manipulate things. Let's just be open. There's got to be communication and openness, and let's just do it now. Because love should be something that you do. It's something that you do naturally. So you shouldn't be able to like not do it. I'll
Mhm.
ask after you. I'll be kind to you. I'll encourage you. I'll
Yeah.
embrace you. It should just
Mhm.
come. It should flow.
I think it's very important to it almost be a second nature. You don't necessarily have to, you should be able to love. You should
And you
be,
can
it should be an automatic response to love.
That is true. And you can practice love because I always tell people this as I coach people, is like, well, maybe today I can't play football. Okay. So I
Mhm.
started to practice football. And then, a few
Yeah.
weeks time, in a month's time, I'm really good at playing football. So well,
Mhm.
today I don't know how to love, but guess what? Let me start to practice love on whoever I'm
Mhm.
with. So now that I know what it is, so I'm practicing. So I'm serving, I'm being kind, I'm encouraging everything, and I practice, and eventually I'm really good. Then
You're
I'm really
really
good.
good.
And then it's good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So,
practice, let's learn to just practice love. Practice love on the people that we have.
so what stops people? What do you think stops people from wanting to now practice, that commonality of just loving someone? Is it because I see some guys there saying I don't have enough money to love. Someone says
Money and
the
what
way
does
my account
money
is
have to
set up,
do with love?
the way my account is set up, I can't love now. I have no words for you.
What has money got to do with love?
Yeah.
Like sometimes people don't know love. Sometimes people are
Mm-hmm.
hurt. And if
Yeah.
there's hurt in your heart, you see, basically
Mm-hmm.
it's like this. Your heart is supposed to contain love. But if
Mm-hmm.
anything has happened that's allowed something else to get into your heart, people are going to
Mm-hmm.
experience that thing. So if it's hurt that's in your heart, you're going to hurt people.
Yeah.
Whether you and you won't do it on purpose. You will just end up hurting them because there's hurting in your heart. If there's anger there, then there's anger. Some people
There's
have just
anger.
not been loved. Some people just
Yeah.
have not been loved. They don't know what love is, and they just like rough
They're
around the edges.
suspicious. They're
But
suspicious of it when it does come.
yeah, that's what about love. If you're a loving person, you've got to be used to people watching you initially. Initially, it's like, you know what, this guy's not real. This guy's not
Yeah, I
real.
get that
Then
all
they
the time.
watch you. But then because you're consistent, after a while, it will dawn on them that, you know what, this is just who he is. And
Yeah.
then that's when they'll embrace you. So if you're a person that you're loving, just keep loving. Be consistent. Just be
Mm-hmm.
consistent. And people, like, no matter how hard-hearted they are, they start to see it breaks them when you're
Mm-hmm.
consistent in loving them, even when they know that they haven't deserved it, but you did it
Mm-hmm.
anyway.
Yeah.
Consistently, they're like, wow, there's something here. So let's be consistent when we love. It's one of the values of love. Love is consistent.
Mm-hmm. So should you love in
Really.
measures then? Should you love in measures when it's someone you've read and this person is probably still building, their understanding of love? Should you now love them in measures? Or should you just compound it all and have them suck it in and just take all your love? Or do you have to now do
Personally,
it
I
by
will
yard?
knock them
Go
out
by
with my
yard.
love. I just knock them out. It's like love is a powerful force. I'll just like knock them out with my love once and for all.
Just knock them
Just do it.
out. Okay.
Yeah.
So no
You
need
just
of
like knock them out.
no spoon food, no yard. Okay,
No, no,
just
no, 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 no. You're like let them drown in it. Just
yeah, let them drown in it. That's the word, let them drown in it. I think a lot of the time you still have to check people's emotions from where they're coming from, because
Sure.
sometimes people are not they're not where they're meant to be, and it might just be it might just be a phase. It might not necessarily be that that's all of them, but at that same time, I think if you were that loving person and maybe people keep keep second guessing your intentions, you might still also fall back a little and just don't I
True,
don't know
true.
about the whole
No, no, no.
yeah.
I mean, it's good to like. It's true that there are times when people either can't take it or
Mm-hmm.
or or you don't want them to get the wrong impression. So it's okay. I mean, be yourself, but you could measure it out sometimes where some people
Mm-hmm.
just get. You don't want them to get the wrong notions you know, but at the
Exactly.
same time, you want them to realize that, you know, this is who I am. And, you
Yeah.
know, I'm always going to encourage you. I'm always going to serve you. I'm always going to just be kind to you. I'm not going to cut you with my words. You know, I'm like, you can trust me. You know, you can come to me
Mm-hmm.
and I will support you. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm consistently like that. So
Yeah.
people love works. Love really does work. We have no reason to be afraid to love. You know, love
Yeah.
works. And when we're dating, we're choosing. Never forget that. You know, don't date like you're married. You're dating because you're choosing. And then you say, okay, let's get into a relationship. So, you know,
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's
Hi.
great. That's fantastic. I'm really glad you're breaking it in that little bits, because everybody, let them chew it little by little and understand it. What would you say would be the wrong approach? You know, if you are someone that is, you know, anyone out there that is hurting, what would be the approach for them to accept love?
If you're hurting, you've got to deal with the hurt. Hurt doesn't just, time does not take hurt away. Time doesn't take hurt
Mm-hmm.
away. The hurt has got to be addressed. Okay. Most times
Mm-hmm.
as there's hurt, it's been caused by somebody somewhere, or a group of
Yeah.
people or a situation caused the hurt. The first thing about healing from hurt is forgiveness. You've got
Mm-hmm.
to choose to forgive the person or the people involved in hurting you. And when you forgive them, I did a recording on forgiving. You're not, when you forgive them, you have not dealt with the issue. Neither are
Mm-hmm.
you doing it for them. When you forgive people, you're doing it for you, because
Mm-hmm.
that's when the hurt goes away, and then love can fill your heart, and your life can continue continuously. I mean, I just, you know, I just coached somebody lately who, I mean, there's a wonderful guy in their life, but they're finding it hard to love this person just
Mm.
because of the hurt that happened in the
Yeah.
previous relationship. And if you don't let it go, you can't move on. So
Mm-hmm.
when we forgive, and then most people say, well, I can't forgive him or her, because they think that when you forgive, you've dealt with the situation. But they're two separate things. You know, you
Yeah.
forgive for yourself, you deal with the situation to continue to know how to deal with them. So still
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and deal with that situation, but get the hurt out of your heart. Because
Mm-hmm.
love and hurt, they just don't mix. The hurt needs to go, then love comes and fills it up.
So if you're hurting and then you have someone that is trying to give you, you know, this new format of love or this new euphoria of love, should you keep the person knowing that I'm still hurting, or should you, like, okay, give the person some kind of explanation, like, you know what, can I come back to you at so time? I'm not there yet. Because people are also selfish. They would still keep the other party and they know they're hurting. So, I mean, what's the best approach now for that?
Hurting, like you could, like if you just came out of a relationship, and like, to be quite frank, I see this. When you come out of a bad relationship, jumping into another one is not the answer. I mean, like your body wants it, you want the companionship, you want a replacement, you just want to be busy doing this thing so you can forget that thing. But that's really not how you should go. When you, if you're hurting, you just came out of it, you want to be by yourself for a while. You want to,
Okay.
like, recover yourself, recover who you are, you know, just get yourself, you know, just settled, you know,
Mm.
emotionally, before you get into another relationship. But it's very common that people just fall out of one and jump into the other, and then they
Mhm.
struggle in the other one because they're just not completely healed at this
Mhm.
time.
So even
Fantastic,
if,
fantastic.
even if it's someone that probably was loving them before they had that, you know, that painful traumatic experience, and now this is like, oh boy, he's back again, and you're really hurting, but you know that this guy has been consistent. Maybe he's been loving you like 2 years, and you've gone into like 2, 3 relationship, come out, and he's still there.
My
You should
God.
go. Let's understand this.
And too, even in that situation, you should give yourself
Mhm.
some time. Yeah, because
Yeah.
fine, you're sure that this guy loves me. I'm sure that he'll treat me right because he's been there
Mhm.
all this time while
Been
I've
there.
been, you know, sampling the
Yeah.
world. You know, but still give yourself time to heal before you fall
Mhm.
into his arms. Okay, so that
Okay.
that way, at least, you know, you won't hurt him and you'll enjoy this new relationship. So it's
Mhm.
always good to give yourself time to heal. Take a deep breath, clear the air before you move into the next one.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you.
That's
I have somebody that's coming on now. You've been amazing,
great.
amazing. I have to have you back.
No
So, you know,
problem. No problem.
give us one parting shot before you go. One
Well,
parting word for us.
just, love yourself and be able to love other people. It's not that hard. Just be able to love other people.
Fantastic. Be able to love other people. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye. 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 Okay, let me look for Sarah. Sarah, where are you? I am Sarah Ugama. Yes, so I hope we've learned something about love. I want more questions coming up. How do we see, can we do it? Do we, how do we plan to apply what we've learned? Because I really know that love is something that we're all doing. Everybody is doing some kind of love somewhere and somehow. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hi, hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hello.
Good,
I'm very
good.
well, thank you. How are you too?
Fine, thank you. I hope you've been listening. So you've been following
Oh,
the
yes, I have been. Oh, yes, I
Fantastic. We're talking
have
about love.
been. Quite an interesting and non-exhausting topic.
Good. You can
You
never
can't
exhaust
exhaust
the
it.
topic on love.
No, you can't. No, you
And it's
can't.
easy,
No,
it's
you can't.
enjoyable. So,
Oh, yeah, it
any
is.
questions for me?
Oh, yes. Interestingly, you answered my first question. I wanted to find out your definition of love, but you have done an exhaustive, you've done justice to the topic. But my next question is, so what does love and empathy mean to you? Because, I asked the question because, yes, I asked the question because, so you find some people who say they're in love, and then they do certain things to the people in love, and you're like, how do you do that to the one you love? And then they will defend it and say, oh yes, I love the person, but there's always an excuse for it. So I'm now thinking that I think the concept of love and empathy, should empathy play a role in love? Do people understand the concept? So what does that mean to you? The concept of love and empathy, what does it mean to you?
Okay, love is something that you do. And like tonight, I defined it precisely that these things,
Yeah.
if you do these things, whoever it is that you do these things to consistently, they will feel love. But with empathy is when I feel your pain, I feel what you're feeling. Okay, there's a mirroring involved in empathy. Not mirroring all the time, but then it's more about me feeling how you're feeling. It doesn't confine, it doesn't put me in a place where I know that I'm going to do these things to you unconditionally. That's where love is. Love, like empathy plays a part in love, but love has a bigger umbrella. Because with love, I just realized that I have to. Love is a verb, okay? So fine, I
Right.
feel the empathy, but then I now do love. So I can feel the empathy, which puts me in a good place, but then I still have to know that there's this unconditional thing that I do to this person consistently.
Right.
Yes, that will make them feel loved. So I can feel empathy for a person and still walk out of love with them. But if I have set my mind to do love to you, because it's a verb, it's like a verb can be done. So it's nothing mysterious. I can say, well, you know what? Just be kind all the time. Don't get angry. Always forgive.
Yeah.
Don't take offense. Don't fight for your rights. Because
Don't
you
fight
need
for
this.
your rights.
Yeah. Because no. Okay. I don't mean what. Don't fight to be right. Not for your rights. Don't fight to be right.
That's more like
Because
it. That's
especially
more
when
like
people
it.
get married, the way they did it in your father's house is right. The way they did it in your father's house is right. Now, two right people come together. That is like the makings of World War III. Because
I know, right?
we both are right. And if we're willing to fight to
Yeah.
be right, then it's going to be rough. So we have to understand one thing when we come together, that you know what, we can't afford to fight to be right. Because we are both right. So when I counsel people, it's one of the foundational things I teach, that when you get married, the way they did it in your house is the way as right. And then the husband is right and the wife is right. And now today you're creating your own home. You've got to compromise and come to agreement on what's right in this house. And it's not going to be the same thing as what was right in your houses.
Oh, Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I like the way you put it. I mean, it's so if you understand that love is, and I like the way, I like your example where you say love is a verb, so it's an action word, so it's something that you do. I think I get a better understanding of that. Thank you. So
Thank you.
so when is love enough? Is love
Love
ever
is
enough?
never enough.
When
You
is
know,
love enough?
it's a river of love. You see, I'm a romantic. You know, it's a river. It's a river of love. Let's swim in it. Let's soak in it. Let's get it over our heads tonight.
Really? So you don't think you should ever get to a point where love is enough?
No, it's dynamic. It's ever changing. It's got different faces, different aspects, different expressions. You know, love is not boring. I mean, if it's like, okay,
Yeah.
love me enough, it's like, I mean, that's boring. Love is not boring. There's just no set limits. You know, let's just go with the flow and
Hmm.
swim in this river of love.
Interesting. Interesting.
This is
So,
my
I mean,
zone. You're in my zone
I
tonight.
could tell. I can tell. I can tell. And I think I mean I used to have very strong views, but I think you're buying me over to your views because
Thank you.
prior to now, you know, I would have said okay, no, let me hold that thought for now. I don't want to set out an
Don't get
argument,
lost.
but yeah, so love is never, you should just let it go and just let it flow. Somebody
Right.
says love never ends or fails.
That's right.
So
Because it's
okay,
something you
so
do. It's always like when
right,
people say, you know what, I think I'm falling out of love. You just got tired of doing love. This idea that, you know, I don't think I love him anymore. You simply got tired of doing love. Somebody got tired of doing love. But if you
doing
continue to
love.
doing love, you'll love yourself till, you know, kingdom comes.
So it's safe to say that you shouldn't there shouldn't be that point where you say love is never enough.
No, there's always a new expression of this love.
Well, so but then the new expression you would only enjoy the expression when it flows from both parties. What about when it's one-sided?
Now, okay, it's like this. Love is best enjoyed when both parties are doing it. And
True.
but I'll tell you this. There's something that I call stopping a downward spiral. And this is okay, I'll give you an
Right.
example. Wifey disrespects hubby. Okay? So
Right.
her wifey disrespects hubby, and hubby is upset and he withholds love. Boom. Okay? And then when he withholds love, wifey gets even more upset and disrespects hubby even more. And hubby does what? Withdraws more love. And this is a process. So guess what's happening? Things are getting worse, 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 worse. Now, at some point, if they ran into me, one person, I'll say, okay, you know what? You came to me, so you know that there's a problem. You are probably
Yeah.
more spiritually mature. So you know what? You're gonna have to bear the burden. Go back and whatever hubby does, respect him. So hubby withdraws love, respect him. He does it a few times. At first, he's thinking, what's she up to? You know, this is not going to move me. But a time will come that he does something he knows that is bad, but you respect him. At that point, it clicks in his head that, you know what, there's something going on here. This woman has really changed. And then he'll show some love. And then respect him. Come again. And then again, it's true. And then again, she shows some love, she shows some respect, and then he loves more. She shows some respect, he loves more. Eventually, they're loving, they're respecting, life is good, everything is fine, they're out of it. Because somebody was willing to make the sacrifice. If you're in a relationship that's going sour, the person who comes to the point first, like, you know what, this is bad. I have to do something about this. You carry the burden, but you've got to bear the burden. But if you are willing to do it, change will come. And what happens is this: when we are hurt, we stop being the example of who we want them to be. So I want this man to be nice to me, okay? But he's been so nasty to me that right now I'm nasty to him. But it is impossible to make him nice to me while the only see if he's so ignorant that he's being nasty, he has to see an example of nice. Because if he doesn't see the example, what's he going to model his change about? So even though he's being a monster and whatever, you've got to have the just that fortitude to show him the example of what you want him to be. It's very tough. It's very difficult. I mean, I'll be the first to tell you that this is not easy, but it will give you the right results. What do you think about
so from what I hear, from what I hear, it is hard to swallow. And then my takeaway from this is that love is for the mature minded. Oh, yes. Because it takes a lot of maturity to, I mean, love is sacrifice. We know, and we say it all the time. Love is beautiful, love is sweet, love is kind. But I know that, so you have the time where love is work and you have to do the work. But part of the work is a lot of sacrifice. Sometimes painful sacrifice.
But I'll tell you
because
something. Okay, go on.
Right.
Talk to me.
Yeah, because it takes a lot to get to that point where you're giving and you're not getting back. And then because you want to mirror what you want back eventually, you have to keep taking up so much, not reacting, and mirroring the exact thing you want. And then back to my question, it comes back to that question. And when he says, when is love enough? Because sometimes it probably gets to a point where you have to say, you know what? It's not healthy to continue giving this love. I mean, you have all the love to give. You have the maturity to just keep mirroring what you were expecting to get, but it's just not coming. Because for some people, it will erode their self-esteem. It will hurt them to the point where you talked about unforgiveness when you were up with the previous speaker. I mean, yes. People really do not get to that point where they say, oh, I'm going to be unforgiving. Sometimes it's in the way it comes, and unconsciously you keep taking, you're not giving back. It breeds bitterness, it breeds contempt, it breeds, resentment. And that's when I asked the question, when is love enough? But then, like I said, my takeaway from what you have said is you have to be really mature to be able to do love. Yes,
for sure. You've got to be mature. And also, many times, if we are honest about what's going on, there are times when we've stopped being that example to them. We've stopped doing love before we start asking when will love be enough. Sometimes we're just in it. We're in the relationship, we're in the marriage, we've closed shop as far as love is concerned. Yeah. So we're not doing it and we're not mirroring it. And then the time has extended, and then we say, you know what, I can't take this anymore. But I'll tell you the truth, if from the word go, you did the right thing and you stayed with it, you stuck with it long enough, it never takes a lifetime, even for the worst of people. It never takes a lifetime before they start to turn around. But the issue is, what have we been doing? Have we really played the part? Have we really done what we should do? And it's a whole chain reaction, because to be quite frank, you're probably paying a price for choosing wrong. Right. See, and I'll tell you this, when I meet a person, I don't know them, then we said, let's date. So how can I commit? See, the commitment that people are putting into dating is just not right. It just doesn't make sense, because I'm committed to stick with it and struggle with you while I'm dating. Why?
Sure.
Like, why?
Why? Yeah, why do I have to go through all that?
Like, you can't love me like I want to be loved. Then I want to love.
Yes.
And then if people shouldn't struggle today. You shouldn't struggle today. Because why? Yeah. Like remove the commitment from dating, put it in the relationship, put it in the marriage. And if you do that, it'll be fine. And I'll tell you something else too. When we're dating, before we came to date, we had a list of what we want to do, of who we want. Now, this list is supposed to be static, and the people that we choose should be changing. So Mr. A comes, he doesn't fit my list, boom. Mr. B, boom. Mr. C, okay, it's true. But guess what we do? We start to meet the first person, we make that person static, and we start to change what we require. We start to change what we require. We're trying to fit this person or fit this list into this person. Eventually, we convince ourselves he's the right person. He's the person I want. And then we get married, and then there's a problem. You know, I really hope that you guys catch this point I just made. This point I made. I could do a whole teaching on it. This is where
I
we make the mistake. We make the mistake.
yes.
Where your profile of the person should be should I mean it's dynamic to you. I can go back there and change a few things, but I'm not changing it because of this person. This is my
Yes.
standard, and I'm moving the people through while I fit the standard. But then what
True.
we do, we meet the first person, we throw some commitment in, and now we keep this person. We're changing this, we're changing the profile over here. And then, you know, we just get in trouble.
So flowing from what you said, am I wrong to say, or so you're advising anybody who wants to go into love to have a list, or say, I like the what you said list, but you were quick to change it to standards. I caught that. So yes, I agree that everyone should have basic standards. But you know, we women have been we've been crucified on the point that, oh, so you have a list, so you know, is it right for you to have a checklist? So what do you think? I mean, what would you advise us women to do when we're seeking love? I mean, do you expect us to roll out lists? Because I'll just tell women, send women to your DM right now to start asking you for what should be on the ideal list.
I did a recording on dating, and this is the process.
Right.
Like before you start to date, you've got to come sit by yourself, come to yourself, and just look at yourself. What do I need? Who am I looking for? What's going to really make my make my life whatever? And then I make a list of 10 to 12 points. I said it, and the first 3 or 4 are what I call non-negotiable standards. Non-negotiable standard, which means if this person doesn't have this, irrespective of what they have in the other points, they're off my list. They're just off my radar. Okay, so I don't know what does it for you, but then you make those 4 points are there, and then the other points. And this list, I have memorized it, and I know the questions to ask on the first day, the first 30 minutes, to see if you will fit. So I can ask you simple things. You know, do you read? Do you watch videos? What seminar did you attend lately? Do you exercise? Do you belong to a gym? You know, I'm going somewhere. You have no idea. And after the first date, you know, I could easily just say, no, you know, it's been nice knowing you, and you know, I'll call you. Don't call me. You know.
It was nice doing business with you. That's interesting. Yeah, someone says it's really for the matured minds, and we have someone else who says, oh, it has been fun. I was trying to go through some of the comments here, who says we have young people who are in love and love genuinely and sacrificially. Yeah, maturity it's not about age, you know. It's not, I don't think it's about the age. You have older people who are mentally or emotionally more mature than, you know, other people in age. So I don't think we were referring to age when we were talking about maturity. And someone says, to talk about the checklist, non-negotiable standards. Interesting. So one other question, what advice will you give someone who's had a bad experience from a relationship and is trying to get into another one? Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, I can hear you too. I'm saying, what advice will you? Yes.
I know you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but talk to me, sir. Hello.
We can't. I can hear you. I can hear you. The network is your network is static at your end.
Really?
The network is static at your end.
Okay. Anyway, almost done. You can hear me now? Hello. Can you hear me now?
PD.
Yes.
Okay, yes. I heard you. I heard the question. I heard you.
Okay, great. We're almost done. Give us the last word before we go. Tell us something. What's your last word before we go?
Love is a beautiful thing. Go into it with all your heart and commit to be the better person. Because I believe where both parties work on being the better person, it will work out eventually.
That's a great word. I like it. Just go into it with all your heart. This is PD, 60 Minutes with PD. I'm here every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Please follow me. Please get your friends to follow me. Let's really play our part in people getting love right. So have an amazing time. I'll see you next Saturday. Just have an amazing, amazing evening. We have 12 minutes, 12 seconds more. My final word is you can do love. You can actually do love. It's not beyond you. It's not out of your reach. And